Welcome back to Squawk Box. 11 members of the House Freedom Caucus board sending a letter to their GOP colleagues saying newly reelected Speaker Mike Johnson must prove he won't fail to deliver on President-elect Trump's agenda. They write the following. They say they voted for Johnson on Friday, quote, despite our sincere reservations regarding the Speaker's track record over the past 15 months. Joining us right now to talk about the new Republican dynamic in Washington, former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. He's chairman of the Alpha Institute. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So there's a big piece in the Washington Post this morning, I don't know if you saw, about tariffs and not just tariffs, but really actually the bill. I mean, I should really go maybe to the piece that was in Axios. I'm sort of mixing pieces in my head now about sort of the idea that there's going to be sort of one massive bill that's going to come due, if you will, with everything in it, immigration, potentially taxes, all sorts of component parts. Will the Freedom Caucus go along with sort of a massive MAGA bill?
They're going to have to. I mean, this is what's so critical. And for your viewers to understand, this is because of reconciliation. Yeah. You can only have it if you have the Senate and the House. It's how the Democrats did Obamacare. It's how we did tax reform. But the critical part here is this is in modern history. It's the first time that the majority in the Senate is bigger than the majority in the House. They actually lost seats in the House. And another thing they're not talking about, the Speaker talks about getting this done by April 1st. He won't even have the 2 seats in Florida that are open. The election is on April 1st. So the election for Speaker, he had a bigger majority than wants to do this. Now, this is a big win for the chairman of Ways and Means, Jason Smith, because earlier they were talking about doing 2 reconciliations, which I thought was wrong. Because what happens, it gets more difficult to pass a bill later, exactly to your question.
Reconciliation just means you don't have to have any Democrats.
I don't need 60 votes in the Senate,
you can get it done.
And you can do cuts. But you can't write any bill you want because you got the Byrd rule in the Senate. The parliamentarian has a lot of power. Thune already said he's not going to go against the parliamentarian. So Trump is right by moving to just 1, because I think getting that bite of that apple is going to be a difficult job.
What would you put in that?
Well, you got to do tax, okay? But think about this. You couldn't pass the same tax bill that you had now because the New Yorkers and the Californians
want the higher
for state, for the SALT.
For SALT
the president now said that he doesn't want no tax on tips. So this all costs more money. So how do you offset this, right? Then if you need money for the border. And think about this. If this is all supposed to be done by April 1st, they never got the funding done from last year. That's due in March. So what are they going to focus on? They should have got all that done ahead of time.
You're saying you would do this, but it also sounds like there's no way, there's not a chance that this is getting done by August.
Oh, no, it's getting done. Okay. The way we got tax reform done, because we did the same way, because we failed on health care, people leaned into tax, even though some didn't want to vote for it, because they felt if we failed here, we'd lose everything.
So basically, this is like take it all, or you have nothing.
Yes, they know the American public is watching this. Now, President Trump is doing a very good job for this reason. He's got the Freedom Caucus coming down. The Freedom Caucus letter there, the people who are anti-Trump are more in the Freedom Caucus than any other place. So for them to play this card, they're wrong. They're trying to leverage for their own personal positions. They're really not leveraging for the Trump stuff.
Right.
I know what the private meetings are about. I know what they tried to do to me.
Where are you going to put me in charge? Which
I want the Rules Committee. I want Chip Roy in charge of the rules. That's what they asked.
And by the way, the rest of the
Speaker's
Republicans say, no way, we're not going to take that again.
They couldn't win the vote by their own conference, so they try to leverage this point.
So this makes sense from the House perspective. Does it make sense from the Senate perspective? Because Thune has not sounded as
well. It's easier it's easier for Thune because remember, for the first time in modern history, he's got a bigger majority. And they go along more than here. But what Trump is doing, next week he's bringing a number of members down. So Trump is not only president, he's pretty much the speaker now, too, because he's turning these votes.
It's like an LBJ sort of situation where he's going to go around and kick people in the shins and say, you're going to do this.
He has to do this. And he realizes the importance. The uniqueness, too. I was just with the president Friday. He is better prepared.
The incoming president.
Better prepared.
Yeah, President Trump. That's easy to
figure.
President Trump is better prepared to go into the job this time than he was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
He knows the job. He knows what has to get done. He knows he's got one term. He doesn't want to waste one day. The people that he's brought in, he is much better prepared and the knowledge of what has to happen. So he also knows how to work. President Trump knows these districts better than these members do. I spent a lot of time with him. When we would go and endorse, he knows the outcome. He knows the strength in them.
I've been talking to a number of people who've been down in Mar-a-Lago, and they say they think that there's more access to him, and it's better that it's going to be easier for him, or this last month, easier for him to see people and to get to people than it is once he actually gets to the White House. Do you think that's true?
No, President Trump is more accessible than anybody on his staff. And this is the difficult part for someone who works for him. Because members will talk to him.
You don't get to be the gatekeeper.
He will talk to everybody. I don't understand how good he is at a work ethic. He doesn't need much sleep. He never has in his life. I usually would talk to him early in the morning, late at night, every single day. Still talk to him. And the number of people he talks to in a day is amazing, is more than any that his staff talks to.
What do you think?